Hey, what's good with y'all? Got another video from YoYo808 today. This time it's my Valentine to my VCard. They let my... Let's just jump into the video.
And I see he's already following her. He ain't even need to say anything else because we both knew what had happened. I asked him, when did you do it? About 2 weeks ago. No! No! I have never been good at walking up to women. I'm not bad at talking to them. I'm just really bad at initiating, starting stuff. Like if I find a girl attractive, I don't even think I'm good at making it known that I find her attractive. Girls will talk about, oh my God, I saw the most beautiful guy at Target today. And it'll look like this. Pause. Bro, you can't be laughing, bro. You can't be laughing. You can't be laughing. No, that was not. I'll say, yo, I went to Target and I saw the most beautiful looking girl. And it'll look like this. And I'm being so serious right now, bro. Niggas will talk about, oh, this girl was looking at me, so I had to holler and check her temperature, you know what I'm saying? No, because if a girl looks at me, the only temperature I'm checking is the damn weather app. But if a girl walks up to me, that's completely different. I have never struggled with that. But ironically, the problem used to be reversed. Like, I used to be the most bold shot taker when I was younger, bro. I'm talking half court, 3 on me, ugh. But that shit never went in. Because I couldn't talk to women to save my life back then. But I was bold. Too bold. So boom, I'm in middle school and there's this girl named Shawnee. Now me and Shawnee were really cool because we shared the same humor. Through the Harlem Shake. Which at 12 years old in 6th grade wasn't that difficult. But we were tight. We'd talk every day, we'd joke all the time, and it helped that we shared a lot of classes together. From the outside looking in, you would think that we were a school couple, but from the inside looking in, I was Mariana Trench levels of deep in the friend zone. Under the sea. Face ass. And it was my fault because I could just never take that step out of the platonic bubble. I was just too scared. Now Valentine's Day was coming up, and in one of the classes that we shared together, the teacher wanted us to make these mailboxes out of cardboard. And she also wanted us to make Valentine's Day cards for everyone in the class so we could put the cards in each other's mailbox. So me and Shawnee are making our boxes and just chopping it up and stuff. And we get to the topic of puberty, and that was because there was this one kid in our class who was one of them Captain America super soldier ass little kids. Like, bro was 200 pounds in 6th grade with a full beard. Like, he had more hair on his face in 6th grade than I do now as a 23-year-old man. So we're talking about that, and then Shawnee starts talking about how she's self-conscious that she hadn't developed fully in the chest area like some of the other girls in our class, if you get what I'm saying. That she was being very vulnerable and showing a new level of trust in our relationship that honestly made this conversation a really strong bonding moment for us. And I was not paying attention at all because this conversation... It gave me an idea. See, I wanted to ask her to be my Valentine's for a long time, but I just didn't know how to do it. And as she was talking about how she's self-conscious about her body type, a light bulb went off in my head, and I knew exactly what to do. So we continue on with our conversation, eventually changing the topic and getting back to joking and stuff. The class finishes making their mailboxes, and we get to making the Valentine's Day cards for each other. And I get to meticulously crafting the most elegant Valentine's Day card for Shawnee. The class period comes to an end. We then take the Valentine's Day cards and put them in each other's mailboxes and stuff, and we head to lunch. Now at lunch, everyone's opening their mailboxes, looking at all their cards and stuff, and I'm looking at my box, practically throwing everything out of it because the only card I care about is the one that I was supposed to get from Shawnee. And I find it. It's this little white card with a heart-shaped sticker on it that says YoYo written on it in Shawnee's handwriting. And holding that card felt like I was holding the keys to our suburban house with a white picket fence and mildly racist neighbors. I was in love. I opened the card and it says, to my best friend, YoYo, heart, Shawnee. Ouch! I'm looking at my name on that card. Heart.
Hey. Like to propose a toast.
Hey, I think I'm making
I think I'd rather see YoYo in a death note than with the words best friend next to it, bro. But I don't even get time to dwell on it because I look over and I see Shawnee walking towards me. Livid. She is mad as hell. She stomps her way to my table holding a crumpled up Valentine's Day card. The one that I gave her. She gets to my table, slams the card on the table, and she just gets to chewing me out, bro. Why the fuck would you give me this? You think this is funny? You're sick. And I'm like, what are you talking about? She shows me the card. Well, what was on the card, YoYo? All I did was draw Shawnee. Oh, with some D cups. You what? I drew her. with some things on her. I knew it was something that she was self-conscious about, so I wanted to let her know like what her potential could be. But the only problem was, like, in 6th grade, I wasn't the best at drawing, so I'm pretty sure I drew her looking crazy. To this day, I still can't even draw boobs that well. So, like, I can only imagine what it looked like back then. But in my head, I thought it was a perfectly valid Valentine's Day card, but she did not agree. And that's what I mean when I say my heart was in the right place. I was bold. I just did not know what I was doing.
Honestly, you should have went with just
so
writing something.
I spent that Valentine's Day alone. And that's how I would spend every Valentine's Day until the year 2020, when I had my first Valentine's and the day I lost my virginity. But it was not all sunshines and rainbows, because that was also the same day that my own brother became my Eskimo bro. Let's fast forward into 2020. Just moved into a new place in downtown Austin. As I've said in my previous Tinder videos, when I moved downtown, one of the main goals I had was to talk to people and just experience being an adult, because I was 20 at the time, but genuinely I had zero life experience. And one of the first things I did was hop straight to dating apps. Now, I know that's not the best approach, but you gotta give me some slack, because honestly, I think the way that most people build relationships is through either work, school, or hobbies. And I had none of those. So I went to Tinder to find a community and learn things about myself. I was also horny, okay? So boom, I'm on Tinder swiping and talking and swiping and talking. And the only thing I learned about myself was that I scared the hoes. So since I mortified the maidens, I went to go talk to my friends who would help me, come up with messages and stuff. And I learned about them that they also have no game either. I remember this one time I was at the gym with Cheerio over here. I had to get him to get up to tell this story. It's actually pretty coincidental that he's here. Remember this time I was talking to this girl like at the gym, and I was trying to figure out things to tell her like while we were at the gym.
You weren't talking to a girl. You was talking to a girl. You was
like I was in the gym.
Niggas never talked to a girl in the gym before. Like, and it's like
you're I'm texting her and she said like some icebreaking shit. What do you do? Like, what do you like to do? And I remember handing the phone to you and being like, "Yo, you have any idea like what I should say?"
Yeah, I was like, "Yeah, let me cook."
That's not what you said. I slid my phone to him and I'm like, "Yo, could you help me come up with a response?" And he goes,
"Yeah, I got you." So I'm trying to think of like what I'm gonna send, but as I'm there fucking thinking, bro, I'm like, you know what? Let me finish my set first. So I put the phone in my pocket. I'm about to send some heat, bro. That's a fact. I'm about to send some heat.
So he takes the phone, puts it in his pocket, does his set, and I see him go on his phone. So I go up to the bar. I'm doing my thing without a care in the world, because I'm like, we got the fucking Rizzler thinking of a message. So I finish my set, re-rack. I go back to Cheerio, and he is just down bad, bro.
Nigga, I look at my phone, bro. My dick drops. I'm like, what? There's so many other body parts. What? Yo, let me do my thing, nigga. Yo, so I look at the phone.
Out of all the things you could have said,
my dick drops.
He's looking like Drake. I go up to him. I'm like, "Yo, did you think of anything to say?" And he's like,
"Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry."
Sorry. The fuck? I grab the phone and I see straight gibberish on that hoe. She asked, "What do you like to do?" And this nigga deciphered it. It is a freestyle. I'm looking at the phone and I'm like, "Bro, what happened?"
No, I don't know. I didn't turn off the phone when I put it in my pocket. I'm like, "Bro, shorty not even that bad, niggas. She not that bad. I swear to God, she not that bad." I didn't know.
My God.
All right?
So he starts immediately getting on the defensive after fumbling the bag.
I just thought you was Jewish, bro, so I sent that shit in German.
I'm not adding that part to the video. Jewish, they don't even speak German.
I thought you was Jewish, so I sent that shit in German.
You're not cooking. Don't make that joke. Yeah, one of the first times I even asked one of my friends to help me text a girl, they butt texted her. So I say that to say my friends were not much help during my Tinder days, and I had to learn everything by myself. So after weeks of trusting the process, awkward conversations, awkward dates, I finally landed this girl's number, Selena. Now, Selena was at the time one of the baddest girls I had ever matched with on Tinder. I actually vividly remember being intimidated by how pretty I found her. I'd overthink my messages, stutter on FaceTime. It's actually mad times I wanted to stop talking to her, do some side quests on the side, and then go back to talking to her. Mind you, I am a 20-year-old thinking like this, but you gotta realize I didn't start talking to women until I was 20. Anything before that was a goofy school situationship or like a crush. This was different. We were both adults. Without a curfew or parents to worry about, and I had my own place. I knew what was gonna happen at the end of the date if we landed a date, and I landed a date. Not just any date, a sushi date. And in this economy, a sushi date is like me taking you to the damn Virgin Islands, no pun intended. They be taxing at them sushi places.
Oh, they do.
Some time passes and the day of the date comes up, and I'm getting ready and shit. thinking of what I'm gonna say. I'm getting the house set up. I'm doing push-ups. And I'm not gonna lie, I purchased candles. Had my living room looking like Joe Biden's birthday cake. If you don't take that joke back, you ain't black. Today was gonna be the day my card got swiped. And I was mad nervous. Pulls up to the crib and we walk to the sushi spot because once again, I live downtown. We're walking to the spot, we get there. Actually, if you remember my sushi video, this was the same spot. We sit down and we eat and we chop it up and surprisingly, I'm locked in. So we finish eating and we head back to the crib and throw on a movie. Actually, no, it wasn't a movie. We were watching Jujutsu Kaisen, and I remember that exclusively because I remember looking at it and overthinking when to kiss her because once again, I'm not good at making the first move. I'd like watch a scene and be like, okay. When he goes into the building, I'm gonna kiss her. What the fuck? He's already in there. Damn. Okay. When he says something, I'm gonna kiss him. You're talking to himself. Okay. When they leave the building, I'm gonna kiss. Why did they even walk in the building in the first? I'm like trying so hard to find like a pause in the show where I can like make my first move. But I just can't get my body to move and do it. But the fire thing about anime is that the intros are like 3 minutes long. So the next episode hits and the intro plays, and that's my moment. I go in for a kiss.
Right.
We kiss, and one thing leads to another, and it was bad. Obviously, as anyone's first time would be. Fun fact, I actually didn't even know what a bean was until like my 4th or 5th time doing it. This should give you a look at what my early sex life was like, but I'm not gonna dwell too much on that because it's kind of graphic. So I finish doing an absolutely terrible job and she leaves disappointed as hell. I actually don't think she talked to me after this date, but I ain't give a damn, bro. It took me 20 years. But I did it. My car got swiped, so I'm going to all my niggas like, yo, bro, I did my thing. I hit it with a Drake and nothing was the same, you dig? I'm telling this story like how 1800 historians tell United States history, bro. So as I'm doing my parade of phone calls, I call my younger brother. Not Stanley, my biological younger brother. Stanley's my half brother. The thing about my biological younger brother is that he is the polar opposite of me. He was 2 years younger than me, but he for sure swiped that card mad times. That nigga had an American Express black card. 850 credit. I hit him like, bro, I did it. No way. Swear to God. Oh, shit. Okay. Let me see her. I go to her IG to screenshot and show my brother. And I see he's already following her. Yo, what's taking you so long, bro? Let me see. I screenshot it. I send him the pic. Bro. You didn't. I did. He ain't even need to say anything else because we both knew what had happened. I asked him, when did you do it? About 2 weeks ago. No! Yeah, it was raps. And the worst part, I know he hit it better, bro. It was my first time. I don't really have too many W's from Tinder. So you think I have more W's actually meeting women in real life. But that's where you're wrong. There's one thing about me. I am a great planner / coordinator. Like if I have a problem, I will come up with a solution. Now when it comes to enacting said solution, well, like Moist Critical, Kevin Hart, or Lil Uzi when he's not standing on his money, I fall short. So boom, I'm 17 and I just moved to Austin, Texas from South Carolina. My brothers and I arrived and we're waiting at the terminal to get picked up by my mom. The bus terminal. Yeah, we moved from South Carolina to Austin, Texas by bus.
Somebody tell me
Bus?
we did it! I have to know!
Hella stops, 24-hour commute, smelly bus. We got stranded in Dallas, but we made it out alive.
Somebody tell me how he did it!
I'm telling you all this because during that 24-hour time span, something happened to my brain. I vividly remember staring out the window and looking at a field and thinking, I'm gonna be homeless soon. I was a straight C 17-year-old about to go into my senior year of high school with no job, no car, no money, and no idea what I wanted to do post high school. And by like hour 4 of that bus ride, I was in more existential dread than a 54-year-old in a Corvette. I was having a midlife crisis at the age of 17. So that drove me, pun intended, to make my first step towards content creation. I made this Instagram account that I started to post my...
I know my Old Spice Fiji when I smell it.
That's me, Mr. Cole.
art on. Now, I've always drawn, but when I made that art account, it really motivated me to improve my craft and develop actual skill and a cohesive style. And it showed, because months after, when I started the new school in Texas, my art teacher pulled me to the side, telling me that she liked my style and said I should go to an after-school art camp that kids from all over Boston would go to learn from professional artists to improve their craft. Now, I have a strict mom, and I was very confident that she was going to pull the plug and dead this idea immediately. But to my surprise, she actually really liked the idea of me going to a camp and expressing myself. So she ended up driving me there, and it took place downtown at this museum. You pull up, I get out of the car, and I go into the building. And in true African-American fashion, I was late. So when I get into the class, the teacher's already in the middle of a lesson and stuff. So I'm walking in, looking for a seat, and I realize this class is just filled with women. Not only women, but fine, artsy women. This. Okay, my dog got a cook. Sucks. I am very much afraid of women at this point in my life, bro. So I walk down that aisle hitting the weather app, calculator combination, take it as a blessing, eye contact. Wait, no. I sit down and I hear, all right, class, I'm gonna need you guys to pair up in groups of 2 so we can start the next drill. And hearing that in a class filled with people, no, not people, women. Hearing that in a class filled with women was petrifying to me. So everyone stands and starts pairing up, and I'm just aimlessly walking around trying to find someone to be my partner. And I hear, hey! I look up, and there's this girl facing me and waving. Oh my God, you're here? Is she talking to me? I have no clue who this girl is, but she is seemingly mad excited to see me. I'm thinking maybe she's like a classmate of mine that I've never met or something. I know you hear me. What are you doing here? Well, my teacher said I should pull up. Do you want to be my partner? Jessica, oh my God, is that you? Becky, I didn't know you were coming. This girl was not talking to me. She was talking to someone behind me, and I know both of them saw me in the middle, waving like a dumbass, trying to start a conversation, and they disregarded my whole existence, bro. That's all I'm saying is they better chill with the disrespect, because the last person to get rejected at an art camp started camps of his own. So after that happens, I'm about ready to call it quits and just dip. But I bump into this girl who I could tell was as nervous as me, and I'm pretty sure she could tell that I was nervous as well, because we both sat down without a word, no hello or nothing, and just partnered up. Just relieved we could find a partner without having to look anymore. So everyone pairs up, and the instructor tells us that we have to draw our partner without looking at the paper and only looking at them. So we look at each other and make eye contact for the first time. And I can't lie, this girl was kind of fine. So we get to drawing each other, and eventually we get the courage to start talking. I mean, staring into someone's soul for 5 minutes is a great icebreaker. It's kind of hard to not start a conversation after looking at someone for so long. Helen Keller could never. So we finished drawing each other. Hers was asked, by the way, and we spend the rest of the class like learning and stuff. But I'm not gonna lie, let's name this girl Ash. Me and Ash are just chatting the whole time. We're talking about art, what we like, what school we go to, like all that. Fast forward to the end of class, and Ash asked, fast forward to the end of class, and Ash asked to see my art. God damn. So I pull up my art Instagram on her phone, and I follow myself. And I'm not gonna lie, that shit had me feeling like the smoothest to come out of South Carolina since Duke Dennis. Chop it up for a little bit more, and then we go our separate ways. Now, this art camp thing happened every Saturday. So during the next week, I'm hyped as hell, waiting for the next Saturday to come so I can see Ash again. Now, around that time, I also made my YouTube account, because at this point, I had been posting on my IG quite consistently. Like, I had around 1,000 followers on IG and about 100 subscribers on YouTube. And with that massive influx in fame, I started to take YouTube a little more seriously. But the problem was school, YouTube, and talking to a girl full time. I was stretched a little thin, and something had to give. So unfortunately, I had to make the hard decision of cutting off school completely from my regimen. But because I stopped taking school seriously, my grades tanked, bro. Like, I think I had a 37 in pre-cal. But I had a promising career and a baddie, so I could care less. So the Saturday for the camp comes along, and I'm excited. I'm packing, I'm texting Ash and stuff like that, but then my mom knocks on my door. And by knock, I mean she knocked twice and then opened the door immediately. She comes in on hot, bro. She's yelling. Her boyfriend comes in. He's yelling. How you got a 37 on calculus? Da, 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 da. I didn't raise you like this. They're going off. And I kind of just let them get it out without saying a word until I hear, you're crazy if you think I'm letting you go to this camp. Bam, slams the door. And just like that, I was cooked. I mean, Ash lived 45 minutes away, didn't go to the same school as me. I had no way to get to the camp, and you can only text someone but so much. So I didn't go to that class or the next one or the next one. And
You
eventually,
fumbled,
a month
bruh.
and a half
You
passed,
fumbled.
and the class ended. And during that time, I couldn't lock in on my grades to be able to go to the class again because YouTube was more important to me. So I'm thinking it's over until this one day I'm at school and I get a text. Hey, I'm going to be going to the Christmas lights with my cousin tonight. I was wondering if you wanted to go with me. Now, my pre-con...
I like to give you a little
There
bit
you
of
go,
love.
bro.
Comedy Central's The Daily Show. New tonight at 11.
This isn't Charmin. No wonder I don't feel as clean.
You're Charmin Ultra Strong.
Our grade right now is either a 37 or a number too low for me to want to openly admit on YouTube. So there was no way my mom was going to let me go. But this was my chance to see Ash again, and I was not going to miss it. And once again, if I have a problem, I'm going to come up with a solution. I spent the rest of that class period making a plan. So the Christmas lights were at 10, which was around the time my mom gets home from work. And I knew if I could turn off my bedroom light and leave before 10, my mom would think I'm asleep. So I could go to the lights, and when I come home, I'll just go in through the back
hope
door
she don't
because we
check
had
your
chickens.
room.
So if me opening the back door woke anyone up, I could just be like, yo, I was just checking on the chickens. So I had my way out and I had my way back. Now I just had to figure out transportation. Now the lights took place in North Austin, which is a $30 Uber there and back. Well, I mean, $60. And 17-year-old me had absolutely no motion. I was sedentary. So $60 was in no way feasible. But I did have a way that I could get $45 illegally. I'll tell you how I did that in a different story. Just stay with me. So I go get the $45 really quickly and continue on with my plan. So I was gonna have to spend $15 on a bus ticket there and then $30 on an Uber back. So I take the money that I got illegally. It was cash. This sounds sus as f. But I go to a CVS during my lunch break at the school. I sneak out, go to CVS, and I buy one of those prepaid Visa cards so I can pay for the Uber because you can't pay Ubers with cash. School ends, I go home, and the time for me to catch the bus hits. So I turn my bedroom light off, and on some Disney Channel like put covers like under my sheet. there's no way that would have worked. But I turn the light off and I start walking a mile to the bus stop. I get on the bus, show the bus driver my ticket, he lets me in. I get on the bus, I put in my headphones, and I'm chilling, bro. The fact that I was able to come up with this plan in the span of 6 hours, I was proud of myself, bro. I can't lie. I'm like,
All right, now where did it go wrong?
man, this plan really worked. I'm about to go see Ash again. Okay, my dog about to cook. And then I wake up, bro. I fell asleep on the bus, bro. It was like 10 p.m. and I pulled an all-nighter the night before to finish a video unposted. This girl gave me these plans last minute. I was tired. The bus stops at this bus stop terminal thing. I had absolutely no idea where I was. I decided to call it quits, bro. I checked the Uber app to see if I can get home, and I can't afford the Uber home. So I'm late for the date, but I just got to see it through at this point. I checked the bus route that I'm on, and it's a completely different one than the one to get to the destination that I was trying to get to. However, I was only off by like a half mile. If I ran down the highway, I could try to make the next stop. So I get off that bus and I book it, bro. Mind you, it's like 10 p.m. I am literally running on the highway to try to get to this next stop. So I make it to the stop, and of course the bus is gone, bro. It's like 10:20. I'm in the middle of nowhere. Latest,
Dude.
Ash is texting me. It's a mess, and I'm just standing there with three choices. I either try to run and catch up to an automobile on foot, call my mom and tell her I snuck out and ask her to pick me up,
you getting your
or
ass
take the L and
whooped.
ask Ash to drive 30 minutes from the lights to me to pick me up and then take me 30 minutes back to the lights. And unfortunately, I go with that choice. So I go into a Chinese restaurant on the side of the road and I wait for Ash and them to pick me up. Car pulls up, I hop in, and no one is feeling me, bro. That car is awkward as fuck, bro. No one is saying anything. So after a long 30-minute drive, we finally make it to the Christmas lights. We get out and me and Ash are like walking around looking at all the lights and stuff. It's silence. No one is saying anything. She was way too mad and I was way too embarrassed for the situation to not be awkward. Mind you, I've only met this girl once, and that was like a month and a half ago. I've never met her outside of camp, and her first impression of me was having to drive an hour to pick me up because I was too broke for an Uber and too stupid for a bus. So needless to say, it's really not going well. After about 10 minutes of
How did you
silence,
fall
we end up
asleep?
stopping, and I pull out my sketchbook and show her a drawing that I've been working on. And finally, after getting some common interests, we start chopping it up, and after a little while,
Okay.
I'm finally getting her to like laugh and stuff again. And it's finally going good. We start walking again, we finish touring the lights, and we end up sitting on this tree branch. And it was kind of a vibe. The wind is blowing in her hair, the Christmas lights are shining off of her face, our eyes are locked, almost in the same way they were when we first met. It was time. I grab her hand, I lean in. Oh my god, ew, no. She jerks back, you're falling out of the tree that we were in. Do you know how chopped you gotta be to make a girl lean back like she's in the Matrix, bro? I made this girl lean in an angle that only Michael Jackson himself could compete with. She gets out of the tree and then she's done, bro. She's like, I think I should go home. She Here runs to her cousin's car. She gets in the car and they're waiting for me to call my Uber back home. I call it.
What happened?
And my car declines. I guess what I think happened was the fee to buy the Visa was more than I expected, and the $15 I spent on the bus ticket plus that left me with less than $30 to get the Uber back. So I'm sitting there, they're mentally scarring this girl. They had to drive an hour to pick me up. I'm like, yo, you trying to drive me home? Mind you, I think we're like 45 minutes from my car.
Oh,
Flash says it calls me an Uber, and I get in feeling absolutely defeated, bro. And needless to say, it did not work out after that. I'm in that, bro. Moral of the story, I don't even think I have one, bro. It was just tough.
And I feel like I'm dealing with what seems like a never-ending stream of emails. Grammarly has helped me be way more efficient with my time. Grammarly's digital
Yo-yo, beef, humble, hey. Alright, yo. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, post in the comments, check out my skip videos. Peace!